LaSalle is really their home.
So we spoke with current students right now in grades 5 through 8. We obviously don't have our major group of transitioning students, but just to kind of gauge where they are at in terms of how they feel about school. And what we found out is that they do lose some interest in the upper grades, a lack of connection, and their language classes do become more difficult. It's not like it was when they were in kindergarten, first and second grade. It's a little bit more challenging. And we also discovered that a little bit more of a lower self-esteem. And so we thought, if these are how some of our current students might be feeling, transitioning students who are new, that is going to be potentially even more. And we also did speak with a few students who did transition into our school this year to kind of gauge where they're at. And we found a lot of similarities with that. And so that's kind of where our research took us. And so we're thinking about how can we create a sense of connection and a feeling of belonging for these students, while also challenging them academically and supporting them academically with also that social and emotional component. And so, like Chris said, opening up a newcomer track for language that would cover the language part, because it is quite a challenge. And providing some new student initiatives over the summer when we know we're going to get some new students coming in May, June, and also kind of having those opportunities to check in with our school counselor, with other teachers and trusted adults in the building. And so that's kind of where we took our findings and put them into a action.
And being mindful of our time here, we're talking about transitioning new students in. Let's keep this simple. What would the funds be used for? It would help supplement some of the other work that we're doing to staff a half-time teacher, and then pay the additional staff to serve as wraparound support for these students. So everyone, myself, our counselor, Ms. Kist and Mr. Gioia, our current Italian teachers, can really support these students. We're going to have activities late in this year for the first families that enroll. And then over the course of the summer, basically mini camps and things like that. And then have fading supports throughout the year as they acclimate more and more to our school culture. And a lot of that is going to involve resources and staffing supplements for our staff. Ms. Kist?
We'll measure success by these 3 things: communication, enrollment, and of course, culture and climate. We want to reach at least 60 families that we wouldn't have before, and enroll at least 20 students in those upper grades 5 through 8. And while doing that, we want to make sure that we don't have a large increase in tier 2 and 3 supports for our entire student body.
So we talk about how our artifact benefits the whole community. Here you are talking to just 2 people, but really all 900 folks in the LaSalle community, beyond the students themselves, will benefit from this. All students will make better connections with one another. We expand the LaSalle experience to the entire city in new ways. And beyond that, having some new students in the upper grades helps enhance everything we do right now. Some fresh perspective, fresh voice that really give us a shot in the arm to make LaSalle even better of a place to be.
And so to end, we really learned a lot to think beyond the classroom, but as our whole school, how we all fit together as an entire school, not just one classroom or one grade level. And more than just an academic need, but also a social emotional need. And then our added layer of the language study could be challenging since our students take the same language from kindergarten through 8th grade.
So last thing, when we take a step back and we imagine what this does, this is purely a pilot for 1 year, right, as part of the fund, and we really see this as something as part of our long-term future of seeing what it's like to enroll new students so that they're successful in the language, successful in elementary school, and successful as we set them off for high school. And so we're really excited for this opportunity.